welcome to Real Estate Today on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Elizabeth Abefe. You know what we do here? We bring you the latest development shaping Nigeria real estate and housing sector, from urban displacement and court action to rental market shifts and affordability concern. And today, you know how we do it. When you see me, you get to see Irimufe on the show, whereby we bring you updates. So, Irimufe, say hi to the viewers at home.
Hello, how are you doing today? It's another beautiful week.
Yeah.
And it's time to talk about real estate. And I'm quite sure you're as happy as I am, because you know one thing, when it's real estate, we are talking about data, we are talking about updates, we are talking about housing development and everything you need to know about real estate today.
Okay, so now let's move on. Makoko Demolitions spark fresh housing concern. According to tension item in Makoko, Lagos, following ongoing demolition that have left thousands of residents displaced, raising renewed concern around urban redevelopment, housing rights and resettlement plans. Residents say the demolition, which began last week, were carried out without adequate notice or alternative housing arrangements how they would relocate. Protests erupted as affected families demanded clarity on relocation and compensation, while authorities maintained that the actions were part of border safety and environmental measure. This development has once again placed the spotlight on waterfront housing, informal settlements, and the human cost of urban renewal in Lagos. Why does it matter for consumers? It means it highlights the risk of living in high-risk or unplanned areas. It also signals the need to verify housing security and relocation plans. It encourages renter and buyers to consider safer regulated housing options.
This is a whole lot, in as much as the government is trying to, consider some housing redevelopment. My concern is leaving residents in a state of confusion, in a state of what is next. Because when demolitions happen in these cases, government sometimes just overlook the safety and well-being of these people. Fine, demolitions happen, and that is why people need to have foresight into the future. Okay, this area, does it have any high risk of possible demolition in future? But Mr. Femi Falana, human rights activist, was saying on Arise TV, and he said that the Supreme Court has ordered or made decisions that no state government should have control over inland waterways, that any housing issue related to waterways, state governments don't have any control over it. So if the Lagos state government should just wake up one morning, because they were like, people were tear gassed, and because people were trying to protest. So it's, in as much as you are considering development, look at it from the human angle, because every human has the right to housing and dignity. You've taken away their dignity by demolishing their houses. If there were prior notice to that time, okay, there will be some demolition, 1 month, 2 months, people would be aware of it. But in a situation whereby you just come, you begin to tear gas people are confused and all that, where do we put the human dignity at the end of the day? So that is one thing that it is more of concern to me as a Nigerian. Because in this way, at the end of the day, it could happen to anybody, and it's not if these people will be compensated. Most of them have known this environment for their entire lives. So why just come and do that?
I think I love the part that you said they don't look at human side of the story and just wake up one day and all of that. Well, I think most of the time it is, I don't think it is necessary whereby government will wake up one day and decide to demolish. Most of the time there are always warnings and pyro notice, but people don't really take it to heed. They don't listen. They'll be like, oh, this is my home, where do they want us to start from? They're always waiting. I'm not stating the fact that what happened is a good thing and all of that, at least looking at human angle, because I could remember a production I went out to do for in the marketplace and all of that, and a particular market that I went to, they were clamoring on Makoko being their largest customers and all of that, but due to the fact that their own Lagos is demolishing their building and all of that, they themselves, they didn't see their largest customers in the market to come and buy something, and that is due to the fact that the demolition and all of that. Because one, and the person that is not actually fine, that is not okay, that is going through all this, will the person be thinking about going to the market to get things?
Yeah.
And that alone is affecting other people because they feel Makoko is one big
it's actually an inland area.
Yes.
Yeah, waterfront and all that, and most community people there, it's just like a kind of communal lifestyle. Everybody, you know, they are used to each other. I'm not against demolition. Like you said, one of the things we should consider is the fact that, okay, whenever you want to buy a property or you want to live in an area, ensure that, okay, yes, you verify. But at the same time, in as much as you are doing this, you should come from the place of empathy. You should try to consider people, because once you demolish their buildings, where are they to go? Are there compensations? What is the welfare you have provided for these people? And again, like they said, I'm quoting Mr. Femi Falana, he said state governments have no control over inland waterways. So if state government has no control, then why is the Lagos state government, why do they have to demolish? And it was ruled by the Supreme Court. It's a decision by the Supreme Court. So that is just what it is anyway.
So just like Irimofe said, they said we should always, like we are always saying, not even only Irimofe, you always verify housing security and relocation plans ahead for the future, because you could never tell what could happen. Because I remember then where we discussed about this kind of issue about 61 days amnesty, pyron notice, if you don't have a building plan that works according to the Lagos state government, just know that you're building and all of that. So I feel we should always look ahead in the future, whatever decision. We don't have to think about now. Now, I know we'll always think, yeah, I just want to get a roof above my head, where to sleep and all of that. But then, whenever we are trying to make that kind of decision, we should always think ahead for the future. What will happen in the future? What will happen? What if this happened and all of that? We should just put that into consideration.
Yeah, that is into consideration. I look forward to seeing what will become of Makoko after demolition. I want to see what the government, because this is for urban redevelopment, so I want to see, in as much as they have their, I'm not against the government, it's not even, but I just want to ensure that, okay, we need development, fine, then at the end of the day, we just, like you said, the human angle to these things that are very important.
Yeah, very, very important. Okay, so let's proceed. Federal government seek foreign partnership to boost housing delivery. According to The Guardian, the federal government, through the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangewa, has intensified efforts to attract foreign investment and technical partnership into Nigeria's housing sector. Speaking recently at an international housing engagement involving global developers and investors, the minister highlighted Nigeria's renewed Hope housing program, stressing the need for collaboration in housing construction, building materials production, and mortgage financing. The discussion focused on accelerating housing delivery and reducing construction costs across the country. This move comes as the government looks to close Nigeria's housing deficit by working more closely with both local and international private sector players. Why does this matter for consumers? It means it could increase the availability of affordable homes nationwide, signal potential reduction in construction costs, which may translate to lower purchase prices of rents, open opportunities for access to mortgage financing and structured housing solution.
Interesting one. I'm always big on collaboration, not just in the real estate sector, across different sectors. And when you look at construction cost, it's a whole lot, and governments really need to see reasons for collaboration. And you know, at the end of the day, when it involves international, you know, the other day we were talking about private and
Private
state,
and state, yeah, private public
yes, collaboration. Now it's international,
Yeah.
and it's a big one because the federal government is involved in this. So it's going to open more doors. It's going to open more channels for other, countries to see
Countries
that okay,
nationwide.
housing development is possible in Nigeria too. But the only thing is, we, in as much as we are working on housing, we should also work on security,
Yeah.
because there's no way you work on housing and you neglect security. If you want foreign investors to come into the country to work on construction costs, to work on building materials, all of these things, because they are intertwined. At the end of the day, if there are collaborations, the prices of housing it reduces, because
Reduces.
especially production construction cost, it's a whole lot. That's why you can see landlords telling you that, do you know how much I spent even by building materials alone? They are very expensive. So all of these things is very good, but at the same time we need to work on our security in as much as we work on housing.
Development, we need to work on security. Okay, now let's proceed. Lagos renter turn to peripheral areas. According to Nairametric, a recent report shows that renters in Lagos are increasingly turning to peripheral areas such as Ikorodu, Badagry, Epe, and Ojo, driven by rising rental costs in prime locations. The report highlights that demand is shifting as households seek more affordable housing options, with two-bedroom apartments in these areas remaining within reach of average earners compared to central Lagos. Why does it matter for consumers? It means it helps renters identify budget-friendly location. It also encourages informed relocation decision. It also reflects changing housing demand pattern. And I think we've discussed about it, whereby we took a snapshot of what happened last week, whereby we brought out and break down prices of houses in Badagry, Epe, Ikorodu, to compare them to Atlantic, Lekki, areas like that. So I think we discussed this last week, whereby, and according to the report, it actually give you the chance for you to check your pocket to know where you stand. Oh, this is what I can afford. This is what is going to work for me. So I think it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair, and it's going to bring about development in all these areas as well. So, there are some places people just want to stay in Lagos, but it's different ballgame for different people, because if you work in a place that not everybody will move to Ekpe, not everybody. If you have a business that is booming, in whatever area you're staying, you know, because houses are cheaper in Ekpe or Badagry, then you leave your business. Except if the way to commute to that place, you are not going to spend so much on transportation. Fine, but commuting from one place to the other, it also matters at the end of the day. So it's good. It makes people have this informed decision of, okay, I'm just starting out life, or I have a family. Which possible areas can I really afford rent? So they can look at all those. That's why I bring all these updates, so that they can know that according to their budget, they can get conducive and very. I'm quite sure these areas are serene, they are calm compared to some places you get to in Lagos. I'm like, oh, what part of Lagos is this?
Okay, surge and demand for two-bedroom flats across Nigeria. According to Nairametric and the latest housing market update, two-bedroom flats, what many middle-class families want, are now the most sought-after residential units in cities like Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, because they balance cost, space, and future investment value. Analysts explain that the rent and purchase appeal for this type of unit is driving demand across urban hubs. According to market data, the preference is driven by affordability, functionality, and rental value, making two-bedroom units attractive to both tenants and property investors. Why does this matter for consumers? It means it shows where buying or renting demand is strongest right now. It also helps house owners narrow down property type for better budgeting. It also guides investors towards units that are easier to rent and liquidate, supports better housing planning decision. And I think this is actually real, especially among the guys. whenever they want to get an apartment, they will always say, let me start with 2-bedroom, because we never could tell what could happen.
Yeah.
Maybe from there, they want to start planning their life and all of that. But most of the time, I always notice this among the guys. They will always tell you, why do you want me to start like, I want to start my life now, moving out from my parent house. I want to start with a single bedroom, like 1-room apartment. No, I prefer 2-bedroom. In my head, why are they like this? I remember a friend telling me, you're a lady now. From parent house or 1-room apartment, you can decide to move to your husband's house. But the guy has to plan ahead for the future, because you could never tell what could happen. So I'm not surprised with this report saying 2-bedroom apartment is the sort after in Lagos right now. I'm not surprised.
Well, it's a very good one. At least you have cities like Abuja,
Yeah,
Port
Port
Harcourt.
Harcourt.
You know, it just shows how the economy is. It shows what is affordable right now. It shows what people want, and it goes both ways, because people want to rent, and developers, landlords can know that, oh, if you have 3-bedroom apartment or 4-bedroom, whatever bedroom apartment you have, if it is not so, you might chances that if before you get anyone to rent it, compared to someone who has 2-bedroom apartments, they are just trying to say that 2-bedroom apartment now is golden.
Yes,
because people just want to, they just want any means to get an apartment that is budget friendly, because yes, it's when you compare budget, you spend over 2-bedroom apartments compared to 3-bedroom, 4-bedrooms, then you'll be spending more. So like you said, for people it's easier for them if they are just starting out life, or even you have a family, the couple can be using one and their children using one. So and if you are visiting, you know that there's no room for you.
And if you are visiting, probably it's just a single person staying, you can always give the person a visitor room, the spare room.
Yeah.
So I guess most of the time that is what people consider whenever they want to get an apartment. Oh, I need to be comfortable, how affordable it is, and how functional it will be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
true.
I think it is a good one. Let's proceed. LASRERA issues fresh warning to property seekers in Lagos. According to LASRERA and Vanguard, the Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority, LASRERA, has again warned residents against engaging with unregistered real estate agents and developers in the state. The agency reiterated this advisory during a recent public notice, reminding Lagosians that only licensed practitioners are legally permitted to operate. LASRERA stressed that dealing with unregistered agents exposes buyers and tenants to fraud, illegal fees, and prolonged disputes. The authority has encouraged residents to verify agents and developers through its official channel before making any payments. Why does it matter for consumers? It means it reduces risk of fraud and property disputes. It also promotes accountability and safety in property transactions. It also ensures adherence to official regulatory standard. If you are not new to this program, let me start from there. If you are not new to this program, you know, day by day, every day, we are always clamoring on this particular segment, where it might either be the last segment of the day or first segment, and that is because we want to always create awareness, be it it is real or not. We just want to create this awareness so that you could always get used to it and not to fall victim of whatever fraudulent transaction between unregistered agents and property. You just need to be safe, and that is why we will keep on bringing these updates day by day for you to get comfortable and get used to it. Whenever you get used to it, you will know, oh, it is my right, it is what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm always supposed to check the portal to always verify whether this agent is verified, registered or not. That is why we will keep on bringing this particular news report to you.
Everything she said, like you, don't they say? Because we talk about this almost every episode, if not all episodes, and I'm surprised. LASRERA has tried. They've created awareness campaigns and everything humanly possible to ensure that, please know that it's just for your own safety, it's for your own financial security. Because if at the end of the day you engage in any fraudulent form, even if you take it to LASRERA, nobody would, because if I thought they will help you resolve it, at the end of the day, it still boils down to the fact that LASRERA has done something that is very tangible by giving you the awareness. They why in the whole, it's just like trying to frustrate their efforts because they've told you, please do not engage with any unregistered house agent. Then you should verify. If you say, okay, how would I know this person is real or not? Verify. Go to their portal, check. Then
ask the agent for his ID number.
Then
you just go there, search the ID number out. It is very simple. I remember myself and Remofe last week, we were talking about a particular segment whereby LASRERA has joined and with Lagos state government and all of that. And Remofe was like, why is it that this LASRERA keep clamoring and keep this and people are still falling victim? And I tried to tell Remofe that we ourselves, it starts with us, because most of the time we are always like, oh, I really need, I will not say we are under duress, we are not under duress because we know what we are doing. We always, because it's all over the news, if you pick your phone now and browse, you always see this. But then because I have the money and because according to the news we saw last week whereby the WhatsApp message we showed, whereby the person was like, are you ready to pay? Because a lot of people are already in the in my DM. It's first come, first to serve. Because we don't know our rights. We are always like, oh, I really do need this apartment. I really do need this. Then we ignore the necessary laws we are supposed to follow. And that alone is always causing a lot of harms. Then we'll start crying out. We put ourselves on the internet and start crying. I was duped by one agent and all of that. Whereas you are the one that decided to fall victim for this. Which is not meant to be. Which is
not meant to be. The change we all clamor for begins with every one of us. Exactly. And in as much as we might have been ignorant of some things which we didn't know, but now it is unlawful to engage with any unregistered house agents. Please, every day people need house. They need apartment. They need property for different things. Then fraud is something that nobody prays for. So to prevent stories that hurt, stories that church, you just have to stop dealing with any unregistered agents. And you can believe a lot of numbers of agents, house agents we have now. Everybody is now an agent. That is the main reason why LASRERA keep shouting, keep posting the report and all of that. Do not fall victim. Okay, now before we move, before we go down to Consumer Corner, we will be right back. Let's go on a short break.
Hey there. Do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrives.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHalla TV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHalla TV. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard.
Welcome back. We are still on real estate today on ConsumerHalla TV. If you just joined in, welcome. You've not missed a lot, like I always say. And if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, share. Yeah, always share to those, especially those that need this vital information. You can always share or call them in to always join, because we are always here for you. Consumer corner, always check LASRERA agent and developer verification or ConsumerHalla TV for updates.
Yeah.
In case you are lazy, you don't want to go through that stress, don't worry, you can always join us. Tune into ConsumerHalla TV. We are always seated here. You can always see our beautiful faces and handsome faces, so we can gist, just tell you everything you need to know, and you can always comment under the comment section anything you need to know about a particular anything concerning properties. You can always comment and wait for Irimufe to always give you feedback.
Oh, seriously, we just believe that you just have to get serious updates, well informed and analytical content when it comes to real estate, because it's very important. The world is evolving and things are changing every day. If you are staying with outdated information, you might not get to know what is trendy and current. So please do it to always follow ConsumerHalla TV. We would always bring to you updated real estate information.
Okay, so consider renting in peripheral areas to balance cost and accessibility. Always consider renting in all those areas whereby you need to check your pocket, whether it suits me and whether it is closer to where my business is, and all of. There are a lot of things we need to put into consideration, and that is why we will always bring you snapshots of places that is very affordable. Be cautious with informal housing or areas prone to sudden redevelopment.
Yeah.
This one too, we are always saying it. Always check the document for future issues concerning property. If you are not even aware, if you don't have the idea of all these updates about buildings, that is why me and Irimufe, we are always saying, always call in a legal practitioner, barrister for property testing. They will always guide you. They know all this language. They will be the ones to now explain it in a way you'll be able to understand that, do not do this, do not go for this, do not buy this, thinking of the future and all of that. So you won't put yourself into issues of sudden heart attack later in the future, which is very, very important. So monitor government housing program for new affordable housing opportunities. Always monitor. And that is it on real estate today. I am Elizabeth Abefe, and before I go, let's listen to what Irimufe has to say to the viewers at home.
Well, all I just have to say is keep informed, stay informed, know more about real estate. And if you know to share information with every other person, because someone somewhere needs information about. We all need information every day about housing and development. So please do well to share with someone. Stay informed. Inform other people too, and also, especially in the case of rentals, please ensure that you are not scammed. It's very, very dangerous, because the aftermath is something you have to consider.
Okay, in a nutshell, what Irimufe is trying to tell you guys is that do not gatekeep. we don't gatekeep here. So
Yeah.
why are you gatekeeping? That is why I said always stay informed and stay protected. So we'll come again. Bye for now.